my crafty friends, this is Nana Kay. I am having to try to revamp a little bit of what I've gone over today. What you're looking at is the Fuchsia Dreams journal cover that we are working on. We have already sewn the 2 signatures in, and we have gotten all the prep work done, and now what we're going to do today is go over this front cover, what we're going to do in the design. We also, if time allows, we'll do something with the spine. It's a 3.5-inch spine, so it really got to have a little bit of work done to it. It's a nice thick journal. The lace sticking out makes it really pretty. So we're going to get started now, and I hope you just bear with me because we pre-recorded this and did not realize the sound wasn't working. So I'm having to go backwards now and try to record on this video. So I'm having to watch it as I'm recording and try to figure out what steps we took to get to where we are. And I sincerely apologize, but I hope that we're going to get it looking, at least so you can see what we did on the cover here. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Don't know what things I might have been saying because I recorded early this morning, but I guess that's what we're going to do today. And it's very frustrating sometimes doing all this recording and trying to do it and then come to find out you don't have any sound. It's really tough. This is really upsetting to try to deal with this on this video. But anyway, you see the beautiful purple and white cover with a little bit of the gold trim that we started, and we did use some batting underneath to make the cover really soft. So at this point, what we're going to try now, I originally planned on using that pink, and I didn't like that. For some reason, it just took too much. I like the cover. So what we've done is gone and made a window pocket that's going to glow in the front, and the little guy comes out. And this morning it gave us a little bit of trouble, so we had to rework him a little bit, and that's where I think I went off a little bit for that. But he came out finally, and we got him back in. And I think what we're going to do is glue him kind of middle way into the center of the book and kind of cover some of the beautiful fuchsia sequined material at the same time. So he's going to go about middle way, that book, once we can get him to come in and out of that cover sleeve like it was supposed to. Right about there. We're going to leave the tab kind of hanging over that edge. So let's glue him down now. I think I'm deciding to use the Fabri-Tac glue because it's actually going on fabric, and it just seems to hold a little better. And not only hold, it gives me time to make changes if I don't like the placement of something. So we're going to put this in the center of the book. And I may be silent sometimes because, like I say, we're just trying to make up for the loss of our volume. Okay. Make sure you have a good coating of Fabri-Tac when you're using it on the back of your papers. Okay, we're going to let that tab hang over the edge just a little bit on the front of the book. Press it down to a good seal on there. Okay. Now we're going to decide what we're going to do with the bottom corner. Wanted to use some of the fussy cuts that we have from the kit. Now they are in the kit on a page, so you will find these fussy cuts on that page. And try to decide a placement. Really wanted it to be more in the corner. And the only way to do that is we're going to have some hangover. So we'll glue it down, and then if need be, we'll trim off some of that hangover. Looks like, yeah. There we go. See, we're getting it down more in the corner there. A little bit's going to overhang on the pocket. Okay. Take the scissors and trim that down. Yeah, still got a little piece, so let's whack that off. Okay, got that done. Yep, that's pretty. Really pretty there. Okay, I like having some things hanging over a little bit. It just looks really attractive to me. Okay, same here. We're going to get more up in that corner where there's such a blank spot, but kind of at the same time want it to hang a little bit over the picture frame. It just kind of gives it more detail. Okay, before we do that though, since we're going to put the lace on there, we do want the lace to hang over the pocket, but we don't want it to hang over that particular piece of clip art we were just looking at. So we're going to do a nice coat of the Fabri-Tac, and I did have a little bit of problems in the last couple of days with all my glues, not just my Fabri-Tac, but every glue I've tried to use. We're just getting a real tacky problem, and I'm sure it's because here in North Carolina we just have so much humidity going on, and I want to be really careful about putting it on this lace because the netted material that's on the spine, the Fabri-Tac went through and it's made little lumpy places, or the Fabri-Tac didn't dry pretty clear, so it's made little space places there. So I'm going to be very careful about putting it on the lace here because it's also got that netted material, which most laces do. So we're going to try not to let that seep through, so we're just dotting those little stitched areas. That's going to go on the spine. Like I said, a little bit of overhang over the pocket area. Put it on as straight as we can. Let it fold kind of down. We're going to have to stretch it a little to let it fold over the ends a little bit. That's what we're doing there, to getting a little bit of stretch. Excuse my head getting in the way again. It always does, and I apologize, but sometimes I have to see what I'm doing. Now that top corner, I'm going to really glue that edge down because that's where it would snag or tear off if we didn't glue it. This gets real rough on the fingers after a while. It gets all over my fingernail polish, and then, believe it or not, this Fabri-Tac actually takes my polish right off my fingers or off my nails. Okay, so we've got that down. Now, the next step is going to be to try to get this piece of clip art, fussy cut clip art, in place where I want it. Down using Fabri-Tac because the actual paper is going to be attaching to that fabric. And I just get a better hold, and plus it gives me again time to move things around. Okay. As you notice, I laid everything out on my table kind of in the area where I was going to use it. So I had already kind of pre-designed what this front was looking like. Our little card's going to slide in and out now like it's supposed to. That was what we hoped to get on that. Now, I made those little dollies out of lace, or not dollies, rosettes out of lace earlier today. Something I've never done, but I just kind of stitched these pretty little rosettes with a corner, and the flowers are going to go in touch with that. And I want the rosette to hang a little bit over that edge. It just kind of makes the, just kind of adds to that little bit of lacy part, so. And that, I'm always trying to keep this desk clean. It is not easy to do, keep this desk clean. I love the way that hangs over the edge of the envelope. Again, we're going to use the Fabri-Tac, and again, we're trying to be a little careful not to let it seep so much through that we get those little lumpy looks. But I don't think it will on white because I don't think it would show up like it does on that hot pink or that fuchsia color up there on that binder. And there you go. Let it hang over. Give it a few seconds to grab hold and dry. Gotta move this book closer to me, and I'm sorry, some of it goes out of frame, but I gotta be able to get where I can get it, because this is one place I really would hate to mess up, because if I did, it would be hard to start over at this point. We've been working on this book now for a couple weeks, and I really don't want to start over. And I'm sorry, I keep hitting my camera and it keeps dying out of focus or jumping. It's not the best quality video today for some reason. Okay, these flowers were from Recollections, which we got from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one or the other, but most logically, I think I got these from Hobby Lobby. And they both disappointed me that they have really cut down on the paper selection. You don't get all this stuff anymore at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm having to buy everything online now, Temu and Amazon. And that really bothers me because I'm one of these I like to feel in touch before I buy. So it bothers me a little bit that I can't get my supplies locally anymore. And shame on Hobby Lobby and Hobby Lobby and Michael's for thinking that we just don't exist anymore. I guess they don't think the paper crafters exist anymore. They sure aren't giving us much consideration as far as product goes, but they're lost because Tumo, whatever the name of that place is really starting to pull the business in. I don't know if it's from, actually all the products are from China is my understanding, but hey, if you can't get it locally, I guess we get it where we can. We just can't stop doing our hobby because everybody else don't think what we do is important. It's important to us. Now that hanging over the edge is cute. And I'm going to press it down a little bit to make sure we get a good tight seal. And we're just going to have to let it sit a few minutes because the fabric tack takes a few minutes to really take hold. So just every once in a while press and make sure everything's in its right place. Now we're going to take the second doily, which is a little smaller, and we're going to go asymmetrically with that. Let it hang over the envelope a little bit. And that just breaks the squareness of that envelope. I didn't really want just plain square, so that does break the squareness of the envelope a little bit. And getting the fabric tack on it. In that corner there. Like I say, asymmetrically, both rosettes are doing kind of asymmetrically on the cover. Now to add our flowers, again, same color scheme, the fuchsia, the pink, and then the deep burgundy. And that theme is all through our book. If you've been following the video, you're really well aware of it. And please don't hesitate to subscribe. We've got a goal of 1,000 subscribers by the holidays, and I sure hope you guys will help me reach it. And I promise I'm going to get better at these videos as time goes. I had just had no idea after recording all day long that we had not recorded voice, or what it was is I'm using the Logitech or it's called Logicam or something like that, and I just had the microphone off, and I had taken it off specifically for another video, and I really messed up because every video I've done today, which is about 4 or 5, I mess up. I have to take the days I can from my job to do these, and anyway, there's the front of our book. So far, that's where we are. Gotta let it dry. Not sure if I'm going to do anything on the back, but I'll make up my mind in a minute. Just give it a few minutes to let this thing set, dry. Trim up the edges and things that might be hanging over. And I keep scratching out trying to scratch that fabric tack off, but I think it's a hopeless cause. I don't think it's going to come off. I mean, it's pretty dry by now. And I'm too meticulous, I guess, sometimes, but that's just me. When I sell a journal like this, I get really good money for it, and I really would like it to be as perfected as I possibly can. But again, it is a handcraft, so, everything's not going to always be totally like it's manufactured that way. Trying to decide now what I'm going to put on that 3.5-inch spine. What would really make that spine look good? This book, I don't want to leave it plain pink. I really would love to put something on it, but making that decision is sometimes really time-consuming and hard to do. I really had not pre-planned anything on the end at this point, but because I have got the glue there now, that's one of them situations where Bob Ross says there's no such thing as a mistake that's happy accidents. Well, I have a happy accident on this 3.5-inch spine. And somehow, to make me happy, I've got to figure a way to deal with that. And you cannot see it in the video, but in the actual book you can. So, I think what we're going to do is just kind of avoid the end for a minute and decide what we're going to do on this back. And I think I want to put some lace back here. I don't normally do my backs, but because that fabric have a real easy edge, and I didn't want to stitch it down to make a really straight edge, we need to do something to make it sit, and I'm gonna try to glue that down. Now my book is slowly trying to open, and the closer I get closer to get to it, the more it does it. What I'll do to stop that from flipping open like that while it's laying down is I will eventually put it under a press, but because the flowers on the front right now, I want it to just kind of set and finish gluing first. I'm going to pull this little thing up here and kind of set it there until I get done, so it won't keep trying to run away from me. I think the book fairies are trying to steal my book today. Yeah, I'm just being funny. I'm sorry. That really wasn't all that funny, was it? Oh, that's just me. Sometimes I'm a little on the quacky side. Gotta take this Fabri-Tac now, and again, I gotta try to be careful and not get it on the netted part. We want to put it on just the little solid stitches that we see, so that we don't have the same situation we had on the side where the Fabri-Tac glue is in a white clump. That was so ugly. Put it close to the edge and get it straight as you possibly can, and just press down. And we're not going to trim it right this minute. We're just going to let it set and dry a little. Okay, so there's our back. Now we have got to, whether we like it or not, figure out what we're going to do. And what I think we might decide to do is, if we have enough, put the lace on the back, the same lace we're using, down the spine, and dress that spine up. Okay, let me cut this piece off and see what I have. Okay, then we're going to lay that there. And then I might do a stitching down the center, or something of that nature. Just something thin to cover up the two white lines. But yeah, that looks nice. Yep, that looks really, really nice. So let's go with that. Let's trim it off right about here. And glue it down. We had some left over. I'm getting good about drawing these lines straight. That's always been a struggle. But that Fabri-Tac is being a little bit better right now. Flowing better. This is a real shame that we've had so much trouble today doing videos, because I really knocked out right many. In our next video, you're going to get an introduction to our new kit. And again, I don't think there's any volume on it, so I'm going to have to watch it and talk us through it again. If you guys will just bear with me, because I don't want to have to record it again, because I've already started cutting up the pages, because I started working on the altered book that we're going to make with that one. But we're going to finish up this Fuchsia Dreams today. That's a major step. This book will be offered for sale closer to the holidays in our new website, nanakdesigns.com. That's NANAKAYE designs.com. You will be able to get the kids and all a little bit of a discount on that site, because I don't have to pay all those extra fees. So, if you're interested in purchasing any of these kits that you're seeing us do crafting with, please visit us at nanakdesigns.com. Help us start building that website. I could have done without Etsy. Etsy's been a great start, but I've outgrown Etsy. I need to be able to take all my product and break them down in sections. Okay, now we're going to try to just slowly glue this and not touch a lot, because the glue is coming through the lace and it gets all over everything. So we're just going to have to let that sit a while. And I try to stitch them, and then I thought, well, maybe not. I don't know if I really want to stitch them. So we took it back off, and we're going to just think about this. I'm just not sure I like that. So got to let it dry. Press down good once you think you're at a situation where you can press it down good and let it be. Okay, we'll do the trimming off in a few minutes, or off camera probably. There is your book with the spine. We're going to decorate something else, but right now my mind is just not giving me that special oomph that I want to know what I want to put there. So we're going to go on and move on doing something else until we decide what we want to do there. Okay. There again, I'm just looking at things, trying to decide what I want to do. Now, every once in a while, once you use Fabric, you need to come back and press again just to make sure that everything is grabbing hold where you want it to grab hold. Even the lace and all, just grabbing the edges and making sure everything is working down. Okay, also, this is the inside cover. That's where the fabric is going to show through. You can actually decorate that if you want to. That's a choice that's up to you. You don't have to decorate that, but we use that cloth inside because when you're opening and closing, that area actually kind of stretches, expands, and shrinks, and expands, and shrinks. I found using the fabric, the way I put my thing down, eliminates that problem. If it had been paper, it for some reason wants to tear or rip. So this is the way to do it. You can come in and add lace to that area if you want to. Some kind of a lace. I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to leave it. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to come back and put a pocket on the front cover, because I really fully intend to put something similar to this one that we put on the front page on both panels, front and back. That is my original plan. Now, of course, I'm telling you what my plan is. We're not going to do all this on video. We're going to come back and go over the whole journal after we have finished putting the little final touches on it. There's just so much that needs to be done without actually doing it on video. So we will come back. There's little areas that probably need a little extra glue underneath the edges and all. We'll work on all that. So that's also be careful when you're gluing that you put something to shield the front pages when you stick it down, so if the glue seeps through, don't do it. There's a lot of extra pages left that's yet to be had something done to it, but whoever buys the journal, of course, is going to want to have space to do things they want to do. So we've left a lot of the space empty. There is lots and lots of room in this book to add more space. It's got a lot of room. That's why we went with a 3.5-inch spine, to give you plenty of room. If the journal wants to get any thicker, it's fine. And you won't get this alligator mouth. You've still got plenty of room for that. Lots and lots of pages. Those pages are still plenty of things you can use to decorate and do. This book can be either a journal where you actually journal things in, or it can be a memory book where you put photos in it and journal from there. These are designs that we have worked on videos with. This was our centerfold flip out that we did. So the book has really come a long way in just a couple of weeks. And I'm hoping to get a little faster at doing these books. But like I say, it's just necessary to leave some blank pages for whoever purchases this, so that they could actually, and they could probably watch this video and add things to it, just get ideas from that. And this one we actually did on a video, that pocket. But again, this is the second signature, and there are still some blank pages left in it to work on. And the centerfold here we did not do online, because there again, I think I did it and something happened. I wasn't recording or something. I'll figure it out what happened. But anyway, there's the centerfold. Well, open this pocket first. That's the 2 blanks. And that little tab there is sticking up, so we need to turn it down some. It's preventing the page from turning, so that's something to watch out for. Here's my centerfold. I got 2 matching pockets on each side there. You really cannot, almost hidden pockets, because they are the exact pattern of what the page design was, and we just place it in a manner that you really can't tell it's a pocket there, but it's there. I guess we inked the sides of it, and that did make it, stand out a little more, but it is exact duplicates of the actual page. Again, we have some more window pockets and all that we've done videos on. If you've missed any of the videos, go back and look them up, because we did try the videos on some of the larger projects. Lots of blank pages, like I said, lots of room left in the book to put stuff in. You probably have a good inch on the bottom and a good inch on the top. That pocket on the front, you can actually do something else in it. And at this point, I decided not to actually put a ribbon around the book as a tie or a closure. I don't even think I'm going to do any kind of closure on this book, because it's not alligator mouth, so it will probably just sit like that. But if we do decide to put some kind of a closure on it, of course we're gonna do a final viewing of the book after I add other things to it and let you see it. Especially before we put it up for sale. When we put it up for sale, we'll definitely do a full flip through, and hopefully we'll have volume at that point in time. But anyway, there's your book, and it is Fuchsia Dreams, made with the Fuchsia Dreams journal kits. And I think we're probably going to try to cut off a little bit here. I can't remember if we... Anyway, that's where we are at this point. So we'll just have to see what goes from here and what we do next. Please bear with us. I'm really hoping that we can kind of redeem ourselves for all the errors that we've had today on these videos. So we're going to go ahead and show you what we finished from here. We were in the process of finishing this front, and made some decisions about the spine, and we got to the point. So in the final spine, if you see in this part of the video, we have added the flowers. And while I was doing this, the pink color just kept sending out. And so what I have added here is just a pretty piece of sheer ribbon, but it's folded in, like underneath the flowers here, it's folded in the ribbon shape for the breast cancer ribbon. And I've decided to put this on this book in memory of my friend and my neighbor who passed away a month or so ago. Matter of fact, she passed away the first week we started doing these videos, so it's not been that long. And this little ribbon is just kind of a memorial to my friend Angie. She fought breast cancer. I had cancer in 2012, and Angie had breast cancer in 2012. We both went through chemo together. We both struggled. It was a fight. Her daddy was dying with lung cancer at the same time, and he didn't make his journey, but I remember distinctly him telling her how wonderful it was to him knowing that she and I had got past the cancer. He knew it was taking him out, and he was so proud that we had managed to get past it. And unfortunately, the cancer came back and is now taking my Angie away. So that's really what I've done on the end of my spine here. So this is a memorial to my friend Angie Lowe. And so that's what I finally ended up putting on the end of my spine. I thought, well, it turned out pretty. Y'all saw the back. Everything has gotten trimmed now. There's still a few little places that I might work on a little bit, but that's how far we've got on the cover and the actual book at this point. Now, I do promise you, we're going to come in and we're going to add some things here, and we might add some simple things to some of the pages that are left blank. And when it gets closer time for me to actually put this book, part with this book, and put it on my new channel, my new website, NanaKDesigns.com. When we put it on there, we'll have some done, and we'll do a flip through prior to doing that. So I really appreciate all you who showed up today and bear with me or bore with me on these errors that we were making one by one. We kind of, I think, redeemed ourselves a little bit. I do really sincerely want to repeat myself again and again about how important it is for me that you subscribe and like my channel. I hope you'll visit again. We are going to be doing a lot of things. The next video you're going to see on here on my YouTube channel will be the introduction to the Blue Tranquility digital journal that I'm getting ready to put on the website and in Etsy. So that's going to be the next one. We got the same problem. We recorded it, showed you the pages, and started on an altered book with no sound. So I'm getting ready to go in and fix that sound and work on that book a little bit, because I've done it like 2 or 3 times today. I've had to stop and start. But I think we're getting the hang of this video stuff. So again, this is Nana K signing off. Please do visit my new site, Nana K Designs, and that's Nana, N-A-N-A-K-A-Y-E Designs.com. Go visit us. It's not complete, but I did actually design that website all by myself, and I'm right proud of it. So I would love for you to go in there and at least give me a comment and suggestions of what you think we might do. And hopefully you'll look for the Fuchsia Dreams digital journal kit, and hopefully you will take it and follow what we did here and make your own journal and show it to me at some point in time. So again, Nana K signing off, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. Have a blessed day.